Hi, I'm Dustin Abbott, and I'm here to give you a review of the new HEIPI T29 tripod along with the KB60 fluid head. Now, I have used and enjoyed a number of HEIPI tripods in the past, including their various travel tripods like the W28 and the W28S. What happens, however, if they upscale all of that and give it a full suite of features to make it fully useful for both video and photo use? Well, that's what we're here to find out. Now, you may have noticed that we've incorporated some movement into these intro shots, and that's because one of the options that we have for the T29 is the ability to add wheels to it. And so you can do dolly type shots as long as you have the right surface. So let's take a closer look at what you're getting in this package. First of all, a bit of a clarity on the name of this package, as in the intro, I gave you the names of the sticks, T29, and the head, KB60. However, they sell the whole package together on their website as the W58. Makes sense since, it's W28 and W28S that I've reviewed before. However, I'm not quite sure why we have three different names attached to all of this. Anyway, what you have here is obviously a larger tripod than what we have seen previously. And so just to give you a quick look at the scale of the W28 versus the W58 here, there is a significant difference, able to achieve a height at about 11 inches higher. The weight of this tripod, it's not really so much of a travel tripod anymore, and so it is more robust, though being carbon fiber, it is still lightweight. It weighs in at 2.26 kilos or 5 pounds. That is for the sticks and the ball head together. If you're looking at just the sticks themselves, it is 1.4 kilos for that. You can get down to a package as short for just the sticks itself as 45 centimeters or 17.7 inches when collapsed. However, if you have that head on there, the total length is 55 centimeters or 21.65 inches when fully collapsed. Now, the diameter, if you collapse everything down, is 75 millimeters or 2.95 inches. And so, that's one of the things they've always done really well, is to create a pretty compact package. And that's true even with this larger configuration. The maximum height you can achieve is 180 centimeters or 71 inches. To give you a scale as we go back to this clip for a moment, I am right at about 6'1". And so you can see that this is able to achieve a height very similar to my overall height there. And so very, very useful in terms of the height. And that's one of the pros I'll get to in just a moment. The minimum height you can get to is 21 centimeters or 8.3 inches for the main tripod. And what they call the sub tripod, and more on that in just a moment, you can get down as low as 18 centimeters or just 7.1 inches. And so very, very useful in that regard. Obviously, when you're talking about a head like this, where you have the ability to have that kind of fluid or dynamic action attached, they have a little bit different specifications for the payload that you can put on there. Sometimes these tripods boast a somewhat ridiculously high payload, but in this case, because you need to be able to calibrate the weight one way or another, and so that you can get smooth pans, smooth tilts up and down, it means that the scale they're looking for is between 1 and 4.5 kilos, or 2.2 to about 10 pounds. Now, obviously, that covers just about every conceivable configuration for photo or video. So you're not going to have any kind of limitation issues there. But if you want to have the ability to have adjustment and to have fluid control, your maximum up on the top is going to be about 10 pounds or 4.5 kilos. The maximum leg diameter, I know that some of you like to know that specification, and so here at the top, maximum leg diameter is 21 millimeters or 1.14 inches. It comes, as is pretty standard with most tripods, it comes with a nice case. There is a nice inner pocket for storage, which I appreciate. It's not just a small, but it's most of the length of that. It has set up on one side to where it can all be zipped and closed, and you can store things inside there. Now for the bad news. The price here is $659 US. If you want the wheels that we demonstrated in the intro, that is going to take $689 for that package. So you're paying about 30 bucks for the wheels themselves. However, that does add a nice extra configuration to that. As you can see here, they are cleverly designed for mounting to where they just replace where the spikes are in the bottom of the feet there. And they do have have a wheel that allows you to not only to tighten that up through there, but also there are specific points where you can align that to make sure that there's no slippage once they are mounted in place. So nice job in those. They do roll well. I will say that it's going to depend on your surface. As I mentioned in the intro, the actual caster here is not particularly big. It does move nicely. However, even if you hit a fairly small little stone or pebble in your path, it is definitely going to jam up against that and could ruin your shot. And so this is something that works best with a nice smooth surface. But again, it's an extra configuration that not every tripod has available with it. So let's drill down on the features themselves. Kind of the main headline thing here is you have the option to easily switch between having full ball head configuration for use in photos, and then you can easily switch then back into kind of your video mode where you're only able to do the tilt up and down so that you're not moving around on those side axes, keeping your video stable and the horizon straight. You can go up and down, and then obviously you're going to be able to do the smooth panning side by side. Now, earlier I've demonstrated some of these things having the actual handle attached. The handle itself is a really easy attach there. It's just basically just lining things up, tightening it down on the side. You also have the ability to extend that out. Looks like an additional 6 inches, I would say, or 15 centimeters, and that will give you more finite control over that. And by the way, I do find that the most useful way to actually use when you have the wheels is by the handle itself. It keeps extra weight from the tripod itself where you're putting pressure on it uneven, and instead you can just kind of push it along. It allows you, particularly when you're doing push-in shots, to do that very, very smoothly. One of the other features that I really, really like is that you have dual options when it comes to mounting your quick release plate. And so obviously there is the included quick release plate, and so you can set that in place. The first place, when you just click it in like that, gives you the ability to slide it back and forth a bit without it coming out, and so that you can set up where you want your balance point to be, and then you can just finish the locking down there. But you also have the option here on the other side to use a traditional knob lock mechanism, and so that gives you a much broader range of control, and so that means you can use this with a lot of different accessories, or be it Arca Swiss foot on a telephoto lens, or for me, I'm often using the Peak Design quick release plates. You just have a lot of options on what you can put on there, so I really, really like that design. Of course, we always love the HEIPI trademark 3-pillar design, and it's been kind of the highlight for me all along, is that ability to easily pull out that sub tripod and then to use that individually if so desired. It's even designed at this point, I won't demonstrate it here, where you can take that off, take the head off here and put the head back on the tripod, and then you can spread out the sub tripod. And if you mount it down below, there's places where you can attach, going down to the third attach point here, and you can actually use that as a leg stabilizer to help to keep the legs spread out and stabilize there. So just another cool feature as a part of that. And as always, it's very easy to slide that back in, lock it down into place, and away you go. Much more useful than having to take the tripod apart to get yourself down to a lower point. And so I find that to be extremely useful. We also have the improved leg locks that are just really nicely ergonomically designed and also work very tightly. And I will say that long term, one of the things I've loved about HEIPI's tripods, I have never had any slippage or issues with the tension on those. They just consistently work really, really well. And that hasn't always been my experience with every other tripod. As part of the fluid design, we have the ability to change up the amount of tension that is there for panning side to side. And so you have 3 different levels of resistance that will control either how quickly or how slowly the panning will be based on the resistance in the fluid head. Now, obviously not all the payloads are going to be the same, and so at the top you have the ability to adjust up or down to depending on how much your payload is going to be, and so that you can find the proper tension for, particularly if you're wanting to pan up and down, you can set that in the head just with a pretty typical Allen key. Obviously those are included. In fact, I even noted that they have got one that is embedded here on the tripod itself, just a little one that slides in there and is magnetically held in place, and so you always have one near at hand. They have 2 different types of carbon fiber that are woven into the legs. They are very strong, very stable. This is an impressively stable filling tripod. So let's talk about some things that I like and some things that I don't like. First of all, in terms of things that I like, With HEIPI's design, I always love their basically 2 tripods in one, and the ability to use that sub-tripod quick and easily. I've used them often with their tripods over the years, and they are genuinely very, very useful. Particularly, I find when I'm shooting, macro shots, for example, and I just want to pop something off and just get down, maybe on a tabletop or a countertop, and get down to that angle. Or if you really want to shoot low, very, very useful for that. I also have loved their designs in general, and so when I opened it up, it felt very familiar, just kind of a scaled up, bigger, more stable version of their travel tripods. It's basically just what I would have wanted personally, and so I really, really like their overall quality of design and how sturdy it actually feels. I also appreciate the fact that I can get an extra 28 centimeters or 11 inches higher than the W58S. I've already found that to be very useful for, you've seen it, shots in a number of my videos already, to where I've gotten a higher kind of view down to where I'm demonstrating a camera or a lens on this table surface here, and that is courtesy of being able to get up to a higher level and give you more of a bird's eye view back down. So I've found that to be genuinely useful as well. I also really love their hybrid locking design here. I like locking designs generally. I will say I have had a few camera accidents over the years where a camera has come off of a tripod. Generally, if I'm just kind of moving it around, moving the location to a different setting or whatever, and I thought everything was cranked down and it wasn't. But always, every single time that has happened where it is traditional knob lock situation, to where for whatever reason I thought it was tight and it wasn't quite tight enough. When you have these actual locks like this, I've never had a camera come off in that situation, and so I actually trust this kind of system far more than I do a tripod with a knob lock, which means these are the tripods I end up using, because I've had some damage before when something has fallen onto a hard surface because it wasn't locked down properly. So I really like that. I also find the option of using the wheels to be an interesting alternative for push-in shots, or as you saw in the intro, to shoot those kind of shots on the move. It obviously is going to require an operator for the camera if you want to be on camera, but it just gives you one extra layer of flexibility there. And these are really, really well designed, and at 30 additional bucks, they don't feel like they're overpriced necessarily. Feel like fairly decent value for what you are giving. I also can, at this point, attest for the reliability of the HEIPI tripods. I've been using tripods from them almost every day for years at this point, and I've never had any kind of failure. As I mentioned earlier, the leg locks have always been consistently good for me. They've just held up really well, and so I like their reliability. They're not cheap, but it feels like you're getting very, very good value for money in terms of the reliability and longevity of the design. Now, it's never all perfectly roses, and so let's talk about a few of the things that I don't like. The first thing that I don't like is that it's expensive, and that is the bottom line here. For some people, this is just going to be out of their price range, and you're going to be able to find alternatives on Amazon or somewhere that maybe aren't as nicely made or as well designed, but they do roughly the same thing for a whole lot less money. And if you don't have the money to spend, I completely understand that. And so that's one of the challenges here, is that it isn't cheap. Obviously, scaling it up means that it's not going to work nearly as well as a travel tripod. And so if you were looking for one tripod to do both things, this falls less into that category. Instead of the little compact bag, I think you can tell from this, instead of that little compact bag, it's a much larger bag, and that's because it is a larger tripod, and it just doesn't go down as compact. One feature that I actually really miss from the W28 and W28S that isn't on the W58 is that they had a really cool integrated phone holder that you could actually just pull back up from within the actual tripod head here. Obviously, we don't have that because where that would be, we have that tension knob to control the fluid tension in the head itself. And so, unfortunately, we lose that flexibility. Obviously, this is serious overkill as a phone tripod, and so maybe they think it's just not necessary. But for me, if I'm using this as kind of a day-to-day tripod, I do sometimes grab some B-roll with my phone on the fly, and so I'm going to miss having that flexibility. Minor niggle, perhaps, but something I did notice as a part of my review. So what's my conclusion? Well, this is a really cool tripod that I think suits the modern hybrid video/photo shooter very, very well. Obviously, basically all modern cameras are almost as good shooting video as they are at shooting stills, and so that means that there's a lot of people like myself that use them in multiple ways. It could easily be your one tripod if you do both video and photography, and it does both things very, very effectively. So it is expensive, but maybe if you're trying to justify it in your mind, the fact that it is essentially 2 tripods in one, 3 if you include the sub or tabletop tripod that's included in the package, it maybe gets a little easier to stomach that fairly expensive price point. At the end of the day, I really, really like what they've done. I've always liked the quality of design with HEIPI's designs. I knew basically nothing about them before I started reviewing their products. They weren't a recognized brand, but they have jumped to the head of the line for me personally because of the quality of design. Obviously, they have a whole ecosystem of accessories that you can throw on these things, whether it's their, I think they call it the saber tooth. You can't just not only mount that to a tripod, but it can squeeze down on just about anything. And so it's nice and portable, and then you can add on these little heads and, panoramic heads. There's lots of little gadgets that are all designed to work within the overall ecosystem. So I appreciate all of that. Lots of flexibility there. So it's definitely worth exploring if you're looking for a quality, if somewhat expensive, tripod. I'm Dustin Abbott, and if you want more information, look in the description down below. I will link to HEIPI's website so you can check out what they have to say there. There are some buying links there. As always, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and let the light in.